It's been quite a while since I saw anything to do with Dexter's Laboratory, so when I discovered the existence of the 1999 film Ego Trip, I decided to give it a watch, and I was rather looking forward to it, and I'm pleased to say that I enjoyed it. It is worth bearing in mind my perspective. I'm somebody who grew up definitely watching Dexter's Laboratory, but I was never obsessed. It was never one of my favourite shows. I probably haven't seen every single episode, so my opinion here might be different compared with somebody who perhaps grew up really loving the show. If that's the case, you're probably going to have very different expectations. But all that being said, I thought it was pretty decent. This was, of course, released in 1999. It's directed by Genndy Tartakovsky, written by quite a few people. The information will be in the description, with a voice cast including Cavanaugh and Deezen, Jeff Bennett, Kath, Soucie. Obviously, we have an absolutely fantastic voice cast. And the story itself, I thought, was pretty exciting. Dexter believes that he saves everything in the future. And he wants to find out what future Dexter is actually like. So he uses a time machine to travel into the future to try and see future Dexter. But needless to say, that's not going to be without obstacles. It is a pretty fun concept. I think the narrative has some really good pacing to it. As a story, it was generally enjoyable. Maybe it felt a little bit slow in places. Not a huge issue, slightly worthy of note, but generally nothing that's going to ruin the experience. And we do meet some interesting characters. I won't say too much, but Dexter is very interesting. The animation is very good as well, both the character animation, the backdrops. There were times when it didn't completely appeal to my personal tastes, but there's certainly nothing wrong with the animation. And as far as I can remember, it's very much in keeping with the animation of the actual TV series of Dexter's Laboratory, so it looked as I expected. There is a very nice varied colour palette with, in some places, a nice attention to detail. I think the futuristic aspect is done quite well, it's quite creative, the voice acting is very good, of course. It also has good music and a good use of sound. It's decent. It's not a film I'd watch again and again, but when I came across it, I suddenly became quite keen to have that nostalgia of Dexter with a story that I perhaps hadn't seen. And I don't think I'd seen this before. There was nothing about it that seemed familiar. There was nothing that came back to me. So I'm assuming this is the first time I've seen the film. But I still get the nostalgia of the character, of the animation style. So it was an interesting experience. From my perspective, I really enjoyed it. I'd love to know what you think of it. Either if, like me, you were a casual Dexter viewer, or if you grew up watching a lot of it. Personally, I was pretty happy with things, and ultimately, I'd say Dexter's Laboratory Ego Trip is worth watching. Do I recommend it if you've never seen Dexter? I guess you can follow it. It's certainly easy enough to follow. I think you'll get a good understanding of the character, his motivations, and the story itself, I think, will be easy enough to follow. But I definitely think you'll get more out of it if you're a fan of the show, which is probably needless to say. Either way, if you're curious, I'd say Dexter's Laboratory Ego Trip might be one that's worth watching.